Hi guys, my name is Bobby. Welcome back to my channel, and today I'm kind of doing a plans for May video and kind of what's been going on in the month of April. So to start, there will be no May TBR and there will be no April wrap up for two reasons. One, no April wrap up because I didn't finish a book in April. And two, no May TBR because I'm not going to make one for May. So the month of April was kind of rough. I read just under or right around 1,000 pages, but didn't finish a single fucking thing. I picked up multiple books and set them down. I read, let's see, it's right here, over half of Crescent City. So it's just under 500 pages, like 450, something like that, and set it down. I wasn't hating it, but I wasn't loving it either. I mean, I picked that up shortly after I finished A Court of Silver Flames, and A Court of Silver Flames was one of my favorite books of the year so far. It is very smutty, but also really good story-wise, and I loved it. And you can see how much Sarah J. Maas has matured. Now, Crescent City isn't an old book of hers, but there is literally, it's all tension and angst. There is no, I mean, there's a connection. Not that I have to have sex in my books, but it was one of those where it's like, come on, like, get to the point. Like, why are we dragging this out for so long? There's no reason to spend 800 pages dragging out this long tension. Like, I understand nobody wants insta-love or insta-lust or whatever, but dear God, like, this is just ridiculous. And especially with it being an adult novel, and the world is really cool, and like what's going on, like with the angels and stuff, really cool. I really do enjoy that and the way everything is set up, but it's like, dear God, just get to it. Which, you know, hurt Becca when I told her that today, but I'm going to finish it. It's just, I set it down, I got bored. Then I've read like 150, 200 something pages of the second book in the Fae Guardian series, which is a fantasy romance. It's the Wolf Smut. It's called The Solace of Sharp Claws. It's right there. It's a sequel to Longing of Lone Wolves, which I read in March, I believe it was. Enjoying that one really well too. Started that one, but set that one down to pick up The Crown of Gilded Bones by Jennifer R. Armentrout. I always butcher that. The Jennifer L. Armentrout. There we go. Because it's one of my most anticipated books of the year. I'm 255 pages or so into that one. Loving it, but set it down. So the reason I'm setting down all these books, some of it is just because of the content, and the rest is because my depression is back pretty hardcore. And I know that because I tend to be a pretty self-aware person for the most part. But I don't want to read. I have zero desire to read, none. And that is one of the first things to go when my depression comes back pretty bad, because, you know, reading is something fun that, you know, I love to do. And usually when you get depressed, the stuff that you love to do, usually you don't want to do it. And I don't want to do much of anything. All I want to do is lay in bed and watch Grey's Anatomy for the 50 millionth time, which then plays into my anxiety. People watching, you know, old shows they've seen a million times because you know what's going to happen, and doing color by numbers on my tablet and just zoning out. And so I just didn't finish anything in April, and it's disheartening when you're part of a community that's just based on how much can you read, and how, not necessarily how fast, but how much are you reading and how much can you read. And, you know, I'm a part of Becca's Discord. I'm one of her patrons. And so, like, I love all the people in there. They're all amazing people. And they're talking, and everybody's talking about the books they're reading and what they're picking up and how much and it's disheartening, and it's not their fault. It's disheartening to me because here I am sitting and I'm like, I actually have a channel where actually, you know, I'm supposed to be creating content and I'm supposed to be reading books, yet I'm not reading. And so it's like, you know, it almost feels like a side job, which it shouldn't. It's a hobby, and I want it to stay a hobby. And I've had so much fun doing it. And this August I'll have been on BookTube for 3 years. So for 3 years, I've been having a lot of fun doing it, but 2020 was a bitch, and it was to everybody. Like, I don't know, I haven't talked to anybody who says 2020 was great, I loved it. So, you know, it was hard. And in my personal life, it was really hard with other stuff going on in my family. I thought at the beginning of 2021, since a lot of stuff got squared away, that 2021 would be better. And, you know, I'd be able to read more and I'd have more free time and less stress. While that is true to an extent, other stuff has happened, you know, because shit just rolls downhill. So other stuff has happened, which has taken my focus away. And when I get stressed and anxious and the depression kicks in, I just don't want to read. Thunder, can we not? Are you being my emotional support animal right now? You're so cute. I'm not quitting. I'm just going to take a month off. So for the month of May, I am not going to put out any videos except for hopefully my June TBR towards the end of May, which isn't that much of a change because I haven't really been making content because I'm not reading. You have to be able to read to make content. And honestly, I'm not that creative of a person when it comes to stuff like this. So I don't have any of these grand ideas like Becca does or like Kayla does from Books and Lala, where they have these amazing ideas. And when you have ideas like that, like Lala, for instance, who does like these crazy reading vlogs, and she reads very fast, and you kind of have to be a super quick reader in order to pull those off. I was trying to do a Crescent City reading vlog, which I've since scrapped because I stopped reading it. So there was really no point when everything kicked in and I just knew I wasn't going to pick it up again in April. So what was the point? So I scrapped the footage that I had. And so for May, I'm just going to allow myself to breathe. So I'm going to just pick up whatever I want when I feel like it. If I don't feel like reading, I don't feel like reading. But if I do, then I'm going to pick something up. And I have plenty of books to choose from. And I'm hoping this way I won't feel so pressured. And I know the pressure is self-inflicted, but I hope this way I won't feel as pressured to read constantly or feel like I'm falling behind when this isn't a race. Like this isn't a competition. It's supposed to be for fun, and reading is fun. It's one of my favorite things to do. I've been doing it for so long, and it's funny because I've found so many books that I would have never, and authors that I've never found if it wasn't for BookTube. And so I love the community and I want to stay in the community. So I'm going to just take a month off and just let myself have a break. And May is very busy anyways. So I knew my reading probably wasn't going to be that great. And if I set a TBR, then the pressure that I would have, like that I would mentally put on myself, would just make things worse. Right now, I am balls deep into Danielle's softball season, pun intended. And it's like, there's some weeks where we have 3 games a week, plus my crazy work schedule where I work graveyard shifts and super early mornings where I barely have time to sleep. Today's May 1st, so Saturday. Next week, Danielle has a game Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. Tuesday, I'm off because, again, another thing, for the first 16 days of May, my direct backup at work is on vacation. And our third, and there's only 3 of us who know how to do my job, the third is gone for half of that time that the second is gone. So I'm going to be working a lot with maybe not very many days off, which also puts more stress because I'm going to be tired. So I'm not going to want to read. I'm just going to want to chill. Because for me, when I'm really tired, if I read, it puts me to sleep. And it's because I'm an old lady now and my eyes just get tired and I just end up falling asleep. So between that for the first 16 days of May, plus Danielle's softball season, where next week she's got a game on Tuesday night at 6. While I'm off on Tuesday, normally I work Tuesday mornings, but I have to work a graveyard Tuesday night and a Wednesday. So I'm not going to get home Tuesday night until like 8:30 if I'm lucky, probably closer to 9, and then have to be to work at midnight. Then work all night. Come home, try to sleep, and then I have to go back to work on Thursday morning. It's just, ugh. And then Thursday night, she has a game. And then Saturday, she has a game. So, I mean, stuff like that. And I have to travel for all of them. Danielle's 13 years old, so she's in major softball. So she travels around our area. So I'm busy this time of year. And by the time May ends, Danielle will only have like maybe 1 week or maybe 2 in the beginning of June, and then softball's over. So with that in mind, like May is the perfect time to take this break. And especially with April made me feel so dejected with the fact that I didn't read it. I didn't finish anything, and watching all these other people have amazing months. And here's me where I'm like, oh, well, I've read pages. I just didn't finish anything, and feeling really down on myself. Yeah. So May, I'm taking a break. So I'm not quitting. I will be back for June. Again, don't know how much when I get into June, how many videos I'm going to be putting out, only because, like I said, not feeling very creative, haven't for a long time. Don't really know what to put out. Like I'm not super creative, and a lot of those A lot of some of the other videos people make, I don't feel like I'm qualified to do, which sounds kind of silly. Like, I don't know, that it hasn't already been done before, I guess. So we'll just see how it goes. I mean, if anything in June, like, you know, you'll get a TBR and then a wrap up. I mean, and maybe I will, depending on how my reading goes, maybe I'll start doing like recent reads or something like that. We'll see how it goes. I'm not sure, because my reading has just sucked since the end of 2019. Well, since we started 2020. No, I lied. Since COVID. Because the beginning of 2020 started out amazing. I mean, I finished 2 books on my trip to Vegas. I mean, I think that's contributed a lot to the depression, the back and forth, like starting to try to get back to normal and then going backwards and the backwards and forwards. It's really like fucked with our finances. It's fucked with our head, like my husband's job. It's just the stress plus the kids and the school and not knowing. So I'm hoping summer will be better, because summer will feel more normal. Hopefully things, especially here, will start to open up more than they already have, and you know, things get busier, but the kids are more calmer. So we'll see. So yeah, that's pretty much all I got. May, I'm taking a break, so you will get nothing for me in May. I hope you stick around and wait until I come back in June, but I really need this break, kind of like a mental health break. I need to get my reading mojo back, and I'm hoping if I don't have the pressure of, you need to, oh shit, it's been a week since you posted a video, you need to make content, you need to think of something to do, or shit, it's like May 15th and you haven't finished anything yet, or you've only read 1 book, you need to hurry up and pick something up and read it, without having that, you know, my own mental forcing myself to like freak out about it, and like, you know, keeping track, just going, hey, you can do whatever the fuck you want, May. If you want to read. I think relieving that pressure will make me want to read more, because without the pressure there, it's just, you know, feeling like any normal person who reads, you know, without feeling that you're a content creator pressure, which is silly because I'm so small anyways, nobody cares or, you know, notices. But this is more for me and like my mental like stability. Not that should be a really big deal, but then I feel like I'm downplaying it, because to me it kind of is, because I don't want to stop completely, but I do need a break. So I will still be on, you know, in the Discord and active on Becca's Discord and stuff like that, and, you know, talking and, you know, trying to get my reading mojo back. But I think, again, getting rid of the pressure is going to help. So that's all I got. I just wanted to let you know. So, you know, I don't think I've posted a video in 2 weeks. I don't think it's been since my March wrap up, because I was going to do maybe it's more like 3, because I was going to do the Crescent City reading vlog, and then that fell through. And then with that falling through, and then the depression hit, and then it got even worse, because it's like, oh shit, you're even failing at your hobby. And yeah, and here we are. So that is it again for like the 4th time. I'm really done this time. And yeah, I hope you guys stick around. You know, I'm sorry that, you know, it's kind of mean like this, but I figured I'd let everybody know, or let you guys know, because it's unfair. I feel like it's unfair not to. I'm fine. I'm okay. I just need to take a mental break from my reading, to where I can just let myself get back into like getting my reading mojo back, and like pushing the reset button to where like I just get out of my head about it, and like can just go back to reading like a normal human, and not being so focused on, you know, like, well, how much have you read, and are you behind on your Goodreads goal? You know what I mean? I don't really need to over explain it. But other than that, I will see you guys next, and hopefully my June TBR. And thank you so much for your love and support. I appreciate you all. Bye.